What's up guys, this is Sean and today we're going to check out Allevia in Mont'Kiara. Let's go! Well, so far it has been 4 years already. We have checked this project out during launch. A lot of you guys actually bought, and congratulations, because I heard a lot of good news about it. That's why we are here today to actually check out the unit. For those who don't know where we are in Jalan Kiara 4. Why is that important? Because within Mont'Kiara itself, which road is very important, especially when it comes to the property price. Whichever road that has access to the main Mont'Kiara, which is Jalan Kiara 1, generally has higher returns because of its commercial support and things like that. Okay, and also in Mont'Kiara itself, it's pretty common to have projects with dual entrance or dual facing. So like for this particular project, this is Jalan Kiara 4. That's Jalan Kiara 3 that connects over to Segambut side of things. Then the other side, in the same direction, it will be Jalan Kiara. So for projects that is built like that, we'll have access to two sites, Mont'Kiara 4 and Mont'Kiara 3. But for projects who are built on this road, then you will have the main Mont'Kiara Street and Jalan Kiara 4. So these always carry more premium. Another reason is because walking is also one of the main activities of transportation around here. You can see cars a lot lah, but for the residents around Mont'Kiara, why is it so popular among expats is you can actually live without a car. Just by living in the right block, right? It actually connects you to almost everything. Yeah, that is also why which street matters the most lah. Anyway, the latest news about this project will be the intersection between Jalan Kiara 4 and Jalan Kiara 3, which connects directly into Persiaran Duta Mas. This intersection, it's supposedly to be developed by the developer of Mont'Kiara. Along with their project launch, they have announced the new accessway to be built. So everybody is kind of looking forward to it, because when that is done, this Jalan Kiara 4, which is supposedly to be a dead end at the end, currently it's still a dead end. If a connection were to be completed, I don't know what will be the dynamics like. So before the connection is completed, what we can see along this road will be the Oak at 163, then we have Residency 22, we have Safina. Going in, this will be Inspirasi, and Allevia, which is the latest addition, the project that we're going to check out today. All the residents will be using this road only. So before the connection, it's rather private. Means only residents of all those blocks that I just mentioned will be using this road until the connection happens lah. So I tak tahu lagi. But then this will be the international school on this direction, and I gotta give it to the developers, right? So now we are walking along the pedestrian walkways. They are proper separation. It's not as aesthetically pleasing as we think about the entire Mont'Kiara, but something will also complement Mont'Kiara, which is the infrastructure and the landscape. Although you can see it's very dense, right? A lot of high rise. Apparently, I would argue this is not the highest density address anymore, or soon to be, because there's way higher density areas already now. But the landscape treatments are amazing. For example, this is the experience if you are a pedestrian walking by. So you have the Malaysian car parking culture, you have the handrails, you have the tactiles. So these will actually ensure a proper separation from the pedestrian with the cars. This will be a partition just to avoid, because here will be all the rumah-rumah kampung. As you can see, this is the partition and we mentioned. So this will be the rumah-rumah kampung, which is sitting on a gold mine. So this will be Inspirasi, which is the neighbor of Allevia. So we can see a lot of people actually using the pathway to walk to the commercial area. Right here as well, you can see people in Mont'Kiara actually walk. Very different eh. Well, we just met family from Toronto who watches the channel. So they are about to buy, I think, Allevia from sub-sale point of view. Anybody who's open to sell. Okay, I'm not an agent, but anyway. As we proceed further, this is the entrance to Allevia. Again, this pathway continues over and you have the car park issue right now. I think this is going to be around in the initial stage because now you have a lot of works that are taking place. I mean renovation works lah. So this will be the contractor, electrician, delivery and things like that lah. And now this is the main unknown or uncertainty or variable to the decision making process. Okay, from this side straight on now, it's a dead end, but it looks like an extension is possible that connects over to Jalan Mont'Kiara 3, and that junction will connect over to Persiaran to Tamas, that connects over to MyTech area and things like that. So, do you like the idea that this will be connected in the future, or this being a dead end somewhat gives this project a privacy? Okay, visitors and residents will come in first, and it's a circulated route, and that will be the connection over to the elevated car park, which is in the center podium. This will be the drop off for Tower A, which is the block that we're going to visit. Anyway, you can see that it's all pavers and stones, so comfortable and atas. And look into the landscape treatments. I absolutely adore such treatments lately, where you don't have a very harsh concrete curb anymore. It's just blended in, very nice. Then you have the landscape covering the elevated car park. And one of the main concerns we initially had was the distance between buildings. You can see, right? But it's kept to a minimal because this has the advantage of the frontage away from the main tower of the block, so that's nice. Then you have the slate wall, and this is the drop off. Wow. From the entrance itself, I'm in love already. Especially if you are an architectural fan. This is what I mean. So by coming in, as we mentioned, the interplay of materials between the landscape treatments, right? Then you have the landscape covers, natural materials applied, roof. And although this is a concrete wall, it's turned soft using methods like this that turns it to look like a fabric. Immediately, the whole structure is softened. Then from the entrance going in, you will have 0 step up. It's a ramp connecting over to the entrance. Then you will have a checkpoint here. And just look into the lighting treatments and everything else. Oh, I'm a fan. Coming out through the lobby, I must say the entire welcoming experience from a pedestrian point of view, superb lah. Especially when you look into the male area, there will be like a sitting lounge before the lift lobby itself. So I think that's a very nice place for you to wait for somebody else. But a rather different approach altogether. I gotta say the ceiling panel really adds a very dramatic effect to the lift lobby at the ground floor. And now we are at the floor plate itself. So the width is about 2.3 meters, the height is about 2.6, and this is like a core design. So you can see that per floor you will have 4 units only, serviced by 4 lifts, 1 service lift here. So on one wing it will be 2 units, on another wing there will be 2 units here. Awesome! And in terms of flooring, you will have these tile floorings arranged diagonally. So this is when you sacrifice some wastage at the edges, right? By playing with the layout a little bit, it looks so different. Then you have, I don't know what wall panel is this. It's nice, so you won't have a lot of fingerprints around these areas. Easy for maintenance as well. And from the lift lobby coming in, this will be the service area, and this will be the refuse room. Yeah, so you have partial wall tiles, then you have 2 rubbish bins here. For 4 units, I think it's fine lah. Then you have, wow, this is new, a ventilation fan like that directly. Then this should be the experience coming back to the unit. You will be sharing this corridor with another neighbor only. And from the corridor, there's 0 transition here. It's a smooth layer in. Wow. And the width of the foyer here is 1.56 meters. Going in, let's go check out the unit. Okay, so this will be the unit I'm going to check out today. This is type C1, 1971 square feet, 3 bedroom, 1 utility and 4 bathrooms. Okay, so this will be the unit, and when we go in directly from the foyer, there will be a corridor that extends over to the main space. That's why the main experience is fabulous. And it's surprising to see such a big unit, right? Almost 2,000 square feet, right? But still 3 bedroom only. We'll talk about it later. Go in, this will be the master bedroom suite, and bedroom 3 will be here. Then here will be one shared bathroom with everybody. This is the back of house, the kitchen side, absolutely isolated out from the main space. Bedroom 2, that is also in an ensuite format, connected to the balcony here. Very nice. Let's go. Straight from the door itself, this is a 1.08 meters clearance in terms of door width. That's why when we come in, it's a fabulous experience. So you still have space here around for your sideboard and your shoe cabinet. So this is a very nice foyer before getting into the space, and this will be a design intent to delay this exact experience. So when you come into the living space, ta-da! So this is about 8 meters from kitchen wall to the balcony itself, and from the wall to wall, combining the living and dining, this is about 6.6 meters. So in other words, it's about 7 meters by 8 meters long. And you only get this kind of design when it's designed along with the structural arrangement. To have such an open space for you without any columns in between or beams in between, very nice. My all-time favorite layout. Then in terms of ceiling height, this is about 2.96 meters, which is about 3 meters. Fabulous. So when we come into the space here, there will be a drop in ceiling for the utility area. This is about 500 mm drop. And when we come in here, look into the flooring. This is a 600 by 600 mm flooring material. This feels like it's stone. Then this will be the existing finishing that is provided by the developer, because every unit also got this. Maybe not big here, but this is so cool. So you have the top, you will have the drawers, soft closing. Does this come with a soft closing as well? Yes, soft closing too. This is by Tika, and the backsplash actually matches the top. The width here is about 1.71 meters, but on a normal basis, this would be designed as an island. So there will be a breakfast counter here, which absolutely matches the whole space. If not, this one you can play pickleball. No, ping pong can. From the pantry, this will be an entrance going into the back of house, which is the kitchen. So this is the real kitchen, that is the pantry. So this is partitioned by a door. A recommended design treatment will be to make this into a sliding door because you have a lot of space at the side. In terms of the length, it's 3.67 meters. From wall to wall here is about 2.27 meters. It means this can be a commercial kitchen if you want to. You can perfectly fit in another linear kitchen on this side, more tops, more storage areas, most likely 1 or 2 more fridge. Then we are all good to go. So here you have the Tika hood and hob. This is a 4 burner, and again let's check the drawers, compartments all are given, or are these furnished by the team in makeover, guys? I think so. All soft closing. Wow! A bin that opens itself. Very nice. So you will have 2 sinks here, top mounted, so easy for cleaning. And how I wish this is integrated so it's easier for cleaning. Anyway, here you have the U-Bic for flexible mounting, and the switches are by Legrand. So you have the bronze trimming, and this will be the hood and hob function. So on this side, this will be the helper's room. So this also comes with her own bathroom for privacy. Okay. So in terms of towels, they are using the smaller ones, which is 300 by 300 mm. For ventilation, above the door there will be another small window, and there will be fan points and light points available. Unfortunately, this is also the location where they put the AV box. But in terms of size, this is one of the biggest maid's room I've ever visited. On the other side, this will be the workspace or the yard space, and it's connected to the void. So for privacy reasons, they added in the louvers. So the size here is about 1.81 by 1.86, but it depends on how you measure, because here you have this column here, but this is for your external water filter, for your showers, for your laundries and things like that. Then this will be the location for your washer and dryer. Technically you can put both. This will be a nook again, as I mentioned. It's pretty hard to cover because this is where they camouflage all the structural untidiness within the yard space itself. This will most likely connect to the washroom. Anyway, here they will be spray painted for all the external walls. Again, switch 1 point here, 2 points all together in the yard space. And coming out from the kitchen, going to the pantry, this will be the main living hall. Again, this is supposed to be like a triangle, right? Where you have the dining and living all together. I think in the future, this can be tucked on the other side, so no more TVs, and this will be facing each other, right? The entire sense of community or family will be amazing. And the backdrop of this will be the balcony. Let's go check it out. Okay, going out, immediately we can feel the noise from the surrounding, especially renovation noise. And this will be inspirasi side. Okay, so this will be the main problem for buildings in a high density area. But I like that it's not too near, and each developers are trying their best to be away or to design away from each other as much as they can. But if you got no choice, right, the main problem if you're buying a higher floor ones will be overshadowed. If the orientation of sun just hits you on the right direction, right, you will be under the shadow all the time, which is not very good lah. So the width of the balcony is about 1.35 meters, and the length to the aircon latch is about 5 meters. You will have glass and steel handrail. You really optimize your view, and this is a very well done aircon latch. It's so safe and easy to install. It even comes with a water tap here for cleaning later on this area of course. And one of the main signature for this location will be MKIS, Mont'Kiara International School. Then that will be Arcoris, which is next to 163, which is the main commercial area for the entire Mont'Kiara. And all these are just walking distance away. How nice if this is like a direct connection, right? Ooh, that will be an added bonus in the future. In terms of tinting, it's a pretty heavy blue tint. That's why in the unit, right, we keep feeling like, macam on the rain already, but it's actually not. Then when we close, wow, immediately no noise. Wow. So if we browse through Property Guru's portal, a unit like this per square feet now is going for about 1,000. So this is about 1.9 to 2 million. The difference then will be the orientation, which is the view that you get, then also the floor height. So at this rate, if you're on level 8 or level 9 versus level 28, there's going to be a difference in view. And that will be the minor changes also lah. And in terms of rent monthly, this fully furnished unit is going for 11,000. And honestly, right, this is like the latest time you get to review because it's packed with appointments to view the unit. Since morning, since every day, right? Viewing after viewing. That's why now we are in kind of rush because there's going to be another viewing appointment later. That's how in demand this location is. And sometimes you really gotta see it to believe it lah. Wow, so many people want to come and view here, man. At this rate, man, 1,000 per square feet. Who is gonna buy? A lot. Just something to highlight within the unit, because the amount of walls area is so big. That's why I think the makeover guys really did a good job in breaking the sense of scale to it. They added wainscoting to it, geometrical shapes to it, right? To kind of break, if not it feels too massive if it's just one color, right? And just to highlight the modern projects, I liked the modern switches as well. Now it comes with a USB port too. By Legrand, in terms of position, it's nice. On the other side as well, so you have the gang of switches all together. So this is all by Legrand, furnished in bronze. Cantik, at a very nice height as well. So in terms of floor skirtings, they are also using the thin timber skirting just to make it functional. You know, when you mop, right, all the wall will kena water. This will then be the common shared bathroom. Full height wall tiles. It comes with a shower screen. Basin and WC is by Roca. And the mirror, I think it comes with it lah. I think lah. Then you will have wall tiles that comes with textures. This will be the feature wall that is the window that connects over to the yard space just now. Okay. This then also have a connection, a sliding door connection to the smallest bedroom, which is bedroom 3. So it means there will be 2 connections into the room. This will be from the corridor. And first of all, I like the flooring. This is solid wood timber floor. And you will have the window on this side. So let's check it out. In terms of orientation, you'll be facing the school field. Wow! Hey boy, why you don't run? In terms of size, for the smallest bedroom, it's 3.2 meters by 5 meters. It's bigger than people's master bedroom already lah. Just to put it into context, right? And the main reason why the owner left this room empty is because it's going to be a workspace, a baby's room, or a hobby room or whatsoever. So it's purposely left empty because when whatever tenant choose to move in and they want to add on, it's easier rather than removing existing furnitures. Okay, just some tips if you are an investor. In terms of plug points, they're giving 1, 2, 3 plug points all together, and it comes with an aircon point, lighting points, and fan points along with the unit. Moving on, this will be the master bedroom. Ta-da! So in terms of size, this is about 5.1 meters from the door to the end of the window. Then from the wall to wall width here is about 3.6 meters. Standard is about 10 feet, 3 meters. This is 3.6. And this is the length that you get. As a result, king size bed looks rather small. If you can see here, this is the king size bed, and you can still have so much space around for circulation. Bedside tables also put ready. Wardrobe space, you will have a dedicated one. Dressing table, a dedicated space there. So all this one maybe for you to do yoga or for you to just roll around lah. Anyway, in terms of opening, very nice. It's huge. Let's check which one can open. Oh, all these are fixed. Only this panel here it can be open. And here immediately when you open, you can hear all the drilling sound already. Solid. Very solid. From the bed area, this will be the dressing table area, and this will be the wardrobe area. Okay, so these are all done up by the team from the makeover guys. It's a rather big one, and some might argue that for my own unit that costs 2 million, I will not do such a treatment. Well, this ultimately is for investment purposes, so it's not going to be very sensible to dump your entire life saving into it lah, right? So ultimately, there's always a debate between cost and value that you get. So this is the outcome as the balancing point. But whatever that's given by the developer within this washroom, cantik though. So you have the stone finish all the way, including the wall as well. So you have this amazing size mirror for him, for her bathtub by Roca. Even the vanity cabinet looks nice. This is also by Roca. You have a shower screen connected to your bathtub area, and within this address, this has been a staple. This one must have one, no compromise. But look at this treatment here. So you have this void cut out from the slab itself. So tastefully done. Just to highlight some tiny gesture. So instead of a drop, they made this ramp instead for the gradient, so it will be kinder to our toes. You won't hit it. For elderly, for children, for everybody, also very nice. Okay, so coming from the master bedroom to the other end, so it's going to take a while. So this is the distance getting from one room to another, and here this will be a nice nook for storage area. It depends on how you want to design your cabinet. You can push it up further, and this is amazing. Okay, so here you can put all your vacuum cleaner ke, your luggage bag ke, whatever lah. And this is like on the convenient things. You still have more storage space behind, so this is just a very nice corner. What I also like is because of the space that you can afford to have, instead of having the door at this line, they choose to have the door at this line instead. So you will have somewhat like a foyer, and when guests is around the house, even if you go into your room, it won't be an invasive of your privacy. And going in, this will be the junior suite because it also comes with its own bathroom. So the size from this wall over to the window is 3.4. The length of the room is 3.3 meters. So after you put in a queen size bed here, you can accommodate a wardrobe here. This can be a study table if you want to. It's such a rare commodity now to have solid timber floor in this tone. This tone will only look good in a big enough space. If you have only about 450 square feet, right? It will look horrible actually. So this kind of color and material is actually rather bullying to the size of the unit one, if you really apply wrongly lah. Anyway, the size of the window is also nice. Treatment is going to be similar to the rest of the house. And let's check out the ensuite bathroom. So here, wow, this is the WC that's connected next to the window here. So this is naturally ventilated. This one is to open this panel. This is to open this way. So this is going to be the access to your aircon latch for servicing and maintenance. Wow, bagus leh. Anyway, this will be the top Roca basin and Roca WC, the same shower screen to your shower area. And I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the facilities deck. Okay, coming out from the lift lobby, we are now in the facilities deck. So we can see that there's a drop from level 7, and this will be somewhat like a sitting area and lounge. What a nice experience going into the pool area. But this is situated between two towers just to maximize the space between two towers. Okay, and here you can see the interplay of forms. You can see that it's cascaded outwards with linear platforms, and you add some texture in terms of shadow from the vertical panels. Privacy wise, they are putting in landscape treatments from the water play. You go check that out later. Look into all these complementary spaces, right? Wow, look into this sitting area here with a very interesting form of furniture. Material interplay, the slates along with the perforated steel panels, louvers with leaves that are smaller in size. So if you can see, like in the choices of landscapes of leaves, they are a little bit more smaller in scale. Then from one tower to another, there will be a shaded walkway, and it's like a cantilevered free column one all the way. So you have small little gestures here to kind of remind yourself to be thoughtful. And you can see the partition of landscape away from the pool area. At the fringe along the boundary, again, these are for safety reasons, so kids won't go near the fence. And that will be the immediate next door one already. So here you have a gym for inspirasi. And immediately you can see the drastic difference from facilities to facility in terms of color tone, density of landscape, forms, materials. Cantik. Even small benches like this, they don't just take it for granted. The form must be thought through. Just look at the design of it, right? Even the columns like this, one might be pipings, one might be the steel columns, right? And it looks really light due to the chamfer at the end. You look into the hollow end, so it looks like the entire structure is like floating. It makes the entire roof structure looks very, very light. Again, with the very expressive form for the barbecue area. Now let's check out the pool. So I think this is going to be Olympic size pool. This is about 40 to 50 meters, I'm not too sure. Anyway, this will be the overflowing sound to kind of mask the traffic noise around as well. In terms of tile color, pretty standard. Then they don't use the standard pebble wash treatments at the edges. They just really use stone tiling instead. It gives you a very different mood whenever you touch it as well. And they really design your circulation pattern using all these landscape islands. So I always like an elevated one because There's a few functions to it. You can sit on it, you can touch it, right? And it's chamfered in a way where contractors is going to hate the consultant for this, but it gives the project an extra edge. So when you have an interplay of forms like that, although the canvas is a strong rectangular, you just add slanted lines around. For example, like this, like this, like this, right? It adds dynamism to the spatial experience. Anyway, this is the jacuzzi area and it's surrounded by landscape for privacy reasons. If not, you will be a showcase to all your neighbors. This is then, I think, the children's play area because you will have the water play, and this is very, very nice. Of course, you will have the sitting area for parents like us for supervision purposes. And this is gonna be one of the biggest, thickest Cambodia tree that I've ever seen. Wow, so matured on this one. So if you're an architectural fan, you will definitely appreciate gestures like this, like the different forms to add dynamism, not only from a straight line point of view. In 3D, it's also thought through. And interplay of the perforated screens is also thought through. Like technically all facades will look the same. It will be very, very boring if there's no variety to the landscape treatments. But it will be pretty silly to change the spaces within, so they just change the facade treatment using the perforated panels. So during the previous review on paper, the main concern will be the sense of intimidation from the neighboring project because they just cut across the entire building, right? Not like Allevia itself, you will have two individual square towers. But by standing here, not really though, you don't really feel it because the distance from them is really generous. Look at this playful form here that cuts through a major slab like this. So this is going to be just a nice little corner for you to do some workout or meditate lah. Yeah, but this is nice. Yeah lah, again for whatever aesthetic reasons and design, the amount of work, I don't think from a contractor point of view it justifies it lah. Next to that, this will be the outdoor exercise zone and the play area. A lot more patterns within the rubber floors, and I like there's a small zones within the pool just for children to venture and play around. So these are meant for kids. These will be the shallow areas just for entry, right? Where it allows the adults to also play with the children while being at the same place. And for privacy reasons, you can see they emphasize a lot on the perimeter landscape treatments too. At the corner of the facility deck, this will be the indoor badminton court. It's surrounded with windows. So without the lights, it's functional. And the height is about 9 meters high. Solid, even comes with the air conditioned system, a bit industrial. And in terms of flooring, they are using timber flooring. So in terms of inclusivity elements, you have the ramps and there will be gentle drops around transition of spaces. What an experience. And even for the ceiling, if you look closely, right, it's all spray painted as well. Okay, we are now in the Sky Gym. On the facility floor, don't have because I think canvas also cannot accommodate. Because also there's a tower with garden units. So that's why one of the tower got garden units that takes up a lot of space. But the garden units will be amazing lah. Anyway, here you have 3 treadmills. It's furnished by Matrix, and this is the view that you get. So that will be MKH project. You get the mountain view here. Also glimpse of Mont'Kiara 7. That will be Mont'Kiara. And here you will have the climbing machine, the stairs master, bicycle, free weight zone, but it looks like it's not completed just yet. There's still an extension to the gym. Then on the other end, this will be the storage and lockers area. This will be the bicycle space. Wow, you see, in terms of furnishing, I enjoy it a lot. Each bicycle got screen one. Wow, whether or not you got time to use it or not. Wow, nice leh. I'm so envious. And within the same floor, we are now in the Sky Lounge. This is the side profile. There will be a sitting area, so that will be Richmond, and this is Mont'Kiara. Okay, that will be the main highway, and over there, that will be Sekambut already. So now we are all waiting for the connection for this route. So I don't know whether are they going to build directly connecting like that, because this will connect over to Persiaran Dutamas all the way. So from Mid-Tech straight away, you can just come in. Mont'Kiara will also be connected right now, because this is going to be a hell in terms of congestion every single day. This is Jalan Mont'Kiara 3. There is also going to be another project called Twai 2. This is Twai 1. And now we are in the car park ground floor. So they will be implementing speed ramps across the elevated car park. So this is the one coming down, so you can see from level 2 come down straight away in one go instead of going circling, okay? But this is mainly because you have the length to do so. The site actually allows a speed ramp to be implemented, which is always good. Cement screeded flooring, epoxy paint for pedestrian walkways. In terms of EV charging, I don't think they have installed anything yet. In terms of structural arrangement, it's still the beams and columns, a very conventional one. Maybe transfer beams only. So this is only the beams that sticker across instead of a whole transfer plate. And because the site is short, this side open, this side open, so in terms of ventilation, it's awesome. So visitors mainly park ground floor, and this will be their experience going into the main lobby. Wow, so dramatic, so safe, so nice. And this is one of the most important information that you guys need to have as owners or investors, right? Again, just like we mentioned, for projects along this main street, both access to both roads is very, very important. So this is on Tower B side, which is adjacent to Jalan Mont'Kiara 3, where you have all the rumah-rumah kampung still. But on this side is connected to Gardens International. On this side is connected to Mont'Kiara International School. That's the difference, okay? But from afar, this looks amazingly nice. Landscape treatment, amazing. But there's a surau here. Then this will be the brand new Mont'Kiara. So most likely this is going to be open, I think, on selective hours, like maybe from 6 to 10 AM, then maybe 4 to 7, to just kind of control the inlet, because in terms of operations from a security point of view, it's very hard to have a checkpoint here. So like in front you have a guardhouse. If I were to have guardhouse on two sides, I need 2 sets of guards, 2 sets of system. It just adds on to the cost. So it's just more efficient to just leave it during emergency only. On the way back out all the way, heading to Jalan Mont'Kiara, right? So this will be 163, which is the mall. This will be the office area of our Corries. This will be Residency 22. And you can see within the background, this has always been exploited to be like an extra car park space or a free car park space, because at the furthest end, it's a dead end until the connection actually happens to Jalan Mont'Kiara 3 and Persiaran Dutamas. I don't think all this is going to happen ever again. But here, what's very interesting is you can really see the entire crowd being very international. You will have foreigners everywhere, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Middle Eastern, Ang Mo, everywhere. And I think that's all for the review. It's now time for Sean's Take 3 on 3. Number 1 will be the location of Mont'Kiara itself. I've always been a fan. Everybody who watches the channel know it's because of its typology, its maturity of amenities, and the community that it attracts. So from an own stay point of view, it's wonderful because you have the school, you have the commercial center, and you can achieve everything without owning a car. That's why the expats community love this place. But the main reason why this outperforms location like KLCC or wherever else, right, mainly is because of the high number of international schools. Gardens, Mont'Kiara International School, you have the French school somewhere around. Then you have a lot of language center, a lot of gyms that suits the nature of expat communities. Yeah, so if you are around here, right, like the amount of coffee places you get to chill, wow, a lot lah. So that's why people like it. And because of that, if you buy here, you stay here. If you're in the income range, very good. if you want to rent out also is terrific. Because of its temporary demand of space that is very high. A lot of people are just here for 3 to 5 years time. No point buying a house, right? But they want a very comfortable space to be in. So they are willing to pay rental that is very high. Which in result, like you can see just now, that unit is going for 11,000. 1 bedroom unit in 163 is going for 6,000. Yeah, so that's the return. Also the typology of it, although it's filled with apartments everywhere, right? You still feel that there's a very nice breathing space between buildings. That's the science of architecture. The second thing will be the design elements of Allevia. So from a typology point of view, you have towers placed furthest away from each other, and they are also coordinated with the surrounding to maximize whatever view the unit can get. So in terms of the center, it will be the elevated car park, and you can see they implemented the speed ramp because it allows to, so from experience it's going to be nice. But as an architectural fan, I absolutely had a blast. The interplay of materials and form, right? I don't see any other projects around this location has this already. The first thing, the fabric-like column treatments. Whoa, that took me by surprise. They also implemented somewhat like the other developer where they have zero transition, zero step up from the road to the lift lobby. That's very thoughtful. Then if you go to the facility deck, it's an expression by the landscape architect. So you can see the form of the landscape islands, then you can see playful forms and shapes around. In terms of facility, it's somewhat the same, nothing too different, but it's just the elements within the space that makes the difference. As an architectural fan, I love it. The last thing then will be within this unit where it has my favorite unit typology of all time. Okay, you have the horizontal layout where you have the dining and living together, then you have the master bedroom on one side, the other bedroom on one side, and the weirdest thing is this. Now the trend, right? 1,900 over square feet, 3 bedroom also. What's going to be big? The in-between spaces that's going to be big. The living, the dining, the kitchen, the yard, the in-between. That's why the entire experience of the unit is so nice. You accommodate that with the huge openings within the facade area. The toilet also not their best, because I think the mint is going to look better. I am looking forward to the mint. So a lot of people will ask, hey bro, Allevia or the mint better, right? If you want more privacy, the mint. Because if you want more accessibility with less privacy, actually this one better, because here walking distance you get to come to all this commercial area without a car. If you are staying at the Mint, I don't think walking is possible at all. Well, for Malaysians lah, for Ang Moh, I don't know lah. For the 3 concerns I have, number 1 will be, as usual, the main problem of Mont'Kiara will be the amount of density and the amount of new supplies that's coming up. Right in front you have Mont'Kiara, and along Jalan Kiara 3 you still have a few more plots of land that is coming up with supply. Yeah, so that's going to be very scary if you're not familiar with the location. But if you're looking at the numbers, actually, you just look in the rental, you know, right? This unit actually is going for 1.9, about 2 million, right? So if you were to buy, your money installment is going to be about 8 to 10,000, but the rental can fetch up to 10 and 11,000. The second thing will be in terms of infrastructure. Now, if you have bought the project because it's a dead end, you will be disappointed because now there's another developer who is trying to connect Jalan Kiara 3 to Kiara 4. As an owner, will I be happy about the connection? Don't know, because now in order to get over to Jalan Kiara 3 side, I will need to come out, make a U-turn and turn again. That's the only way. So if I were to have my kids in gardens, there's no direct access but to make 2 or 3 U-turns just to get into the school. Now it's actually possible, but in terms of privacy, then without the connection makes more sense, because you know that it's a dead end, right? So only residents of that several blocks that we highlighted earlier will be using this road. Do you pick connectivity or do you pick privacy? Tough though. I don't know. What do you guys think? Last of all will be, okay, this will sound a bit weird, but I think Although I love the design treatments along the facilities deck, along the common areas, right? In terms of facilities, pretty standard pretty minimal as well. Like if you go into the gym, like it's not really completed just yet. But if you look into the badminton court, one court, swimming pool, playground, that's about it lah. It's not like what we have seen in other projects within this range of pricing. Yeah, so I think throughout the channel, what we can see is at 1,000 per square feet, what are the things you can get in Mont'Kiara, what are the things you can get in Damansara Heights, what are the things that you can get in Desa Park City. Then we can make a more apple to apple kind of comparison. I know it's impossible because ultimately we are talking about addresses and locations, which is finite. In terms of facilities, this one rather minimal, rather basic, but they just camouflage it using expressive forms and wonderful landscape treatments. Yeah, because like one round gao dim, the facility like that, rooftop like that. Nothing too great, nothing too amazing. Not like the unit itself. When we go into the unit, wow! When we go to the facility deck, not too big. When we go into the roof, because always the roof seems to be the most exciting spot, but this one, And I guess that's all for this episode. For those who have bought since the first launch after you all saw the video, right? Congratulations. I think you guys will have make money. Not only from a capital appreciation point of view, you guys will earn some rental also if you're renting it out. And for this particular owner, congratulations. Thank you very much for sharing. And I kind of feel bad for not buying one. But because I was buying some other projects, that's why if I were to buy, it will be for my own stay. The unit is just so fabulous. Like now you look at the trend, right? 2,000 square feet, also 3-bedroom. Now 750 square feet, also 3-bedroom. Different class altogether, different lifestyle. And I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.